I know him, and it was a hard road to get to know him. It's not an easy road, but everything that I chose in premortal life, I sat down with him, and we discussed what I would have to do to get to this point. I knew everything I was going to do, and everybody agreed, and I made covenants with all of these people. They would play these parts in my life so that I could do it at this time. And it's a very important mission. It's something that I signed up for, so I blame no one but myself for what has happened in my life. When people hear my story, they're like, can't believe that you did that, can't believe you lived through that, can't believe that you're still here. But I too, like Melanie, have had the love of Jesus Christ wash over me. There is nothing like that on this earth. It is life-changing and eternity-altering. I love my Savior with my whole heart. I have had some wonderful experiences. I have been ministered to by the angel Moroni. I have seen him. I have had lots of angelic ministry with people who wake me up at 4 o'clock in the morning and tell me things to do. I no longer need to sleep very much because I'm woken up constantly by angels and giving me instructions on things that I can do to help further the Father's work. I don't know if you want me to tell the story or you don't want me to tell the story, or like.
Yeah, can't tell the story.
Your story's pretty meaty. Yeah. It's been a long journey. There was a point in my life, there's a changing point in your life, right? You're a member of the church your whole life. I always loved the Lord. There's a turning point in my life that turned me to the temple. And this is what I teach everybody. And my change of heart was to the temple. So I had been married to someone who was very awful, who raped my children.
Oh, God.
And I had divorced him and gotten away from him. And he had joined the church. He spoke at a state conference. Everyone thought he was wonderful. He was very good showman of all those things. And after we were divorced, he told everybody that I was this lying, crazy Mormon and got up in court and said all these horrible things about me and turned it around to where the judges believed him instead of me. And he was constantly trying to get custody of my 3-year-old daughter, just to rub it in my face. And I went through a lot of years of this kind of hard stuff. And I was going to murder him.
Oh, shit.
Kill him, like the scriptures say, like, if I killed him, just to stop the pain, and to stop him coming after me, and to stop him coming after my children. And I just thought I couldn't take it anymore. And I would go through the scriptures and find all the things, like, if he comes against you once, if he comes against you twice, if he comes against you 3 times, then you can kill him. It says it in the scriptures.
Wow.
And I was like, there it is. There's my answer. I don't want to do anything that's wrong. I did not have a murderous heart. I
There you go.
just wanted to stop the bleeding and stop the pain. And so someone wise was speaking to me and said, you need to go to the temple. So I went and met my bishop, and I was like, I'm either going to turn my life to the temple, or I'm going to commit murder.
Oh, shit.
And
you're laughing about it?
Because at that point, I had nothing to lose. To get to the bottom,
That is not funny.
And I started going to the temple every week by myself. Not with my current husband, just by myself. The Mesa Temple, which I love. We moved here from Texas to get away from my ex-husband that was doing all this, but he moved here, like 5 miles away from us, just to continue to torture me. That was his whole entire life.
Or even torture.
And Satan had been torturing me since I was a little kid, so I've had that my whole life. I turned to the temple. I started going every single week, I had little kids, and we were in therapy all the time, and the kids were in therapy and doing all this. So I had five kids that I was dealing with, and the Lord just taught me.
Dealing with, not raising, taking care of.
He was just so patient and so kind. I would just be in there just sobbing. I would just be in there in the slush room sobbing. And people would come up to me all the time and they're like, "Sister, are you okay?" And I'd be like, "No, I'm not okay." And I just kept crying because I didn't want to tell anybody what was going on. I was just having my own pain. And I felt like, so the court told me that if I didn't take my daughter to him and drop her off with him as a 5-year-old every weekend or every other weekend or whatever the schedule was, that they would put me in jail. So I had to go take her to this monster, my little sweet little baby girl. I dropped her off. And then I would go to the temple and I would cry, and I felt like someone was just stabbing me in the stomach with a knife all the time. I felt physical pain. I felt so much physical pain and emotional pain and mental pain. And in the meantime, I was dealing with a husband and 2 stepkids and my 2 kids, and then waking up screaming in the middle of the night, and night sweats and terrors and all the things that go along with everything that happens with that. So I just turned it all over to the Lord. I'm like, I can't do it. You have to do everything for me. I can't do it. And he did. He does it all. So for years and years, I went to the temple every week. If the temple's going to be closed for 2 weeks for cleaning, I'd go twice the week before and twice the week after. Those were the baby steps that he was leading me to. Once a week at the temple wasn't enough. It wasn't enough at all. And then I started going to the temple every day. Every single day. I started doing my current husband's family's work because he's a convert to the church, and started having miraculous experiences with his relatives. Miraculous experiences. Once I do it, and I bear this testimony in Sacramento all the time, I'm like, I hate computers. I'm just of the generation, I'm 45, I do not like computers. They're not my friend. I have teenagers and 20-year-olds that they do it. And I sat down one day and told the Lord, I'm going to do family history, and I don't know how to do it. So I need angels to come and type in this stuff for me. Because I don't know how to do it, and I don't like the computers. And I went up, I turned it on, I was super frustrated, I couldn't even log in, I was having all kinds of problems. I went upstairs to take a bath and came back down. 9 names were in my inbox, ready to print, ready to take to the temple. Took them to the temple, did that work. All those people came and visited me at the temple. I felt every one of their spirits. 9 people with the last name White. They were my husband's family from Louisiana. They typed their names in. It was a miracle. They did their own work, and now every day I say, I'm signed in for 2 weeks. Come do the work, because I still can't figure it out. I've done about 1,000 names. I still can't figure it out. They still type their names in all the time. Like, you want your work done, and you know I'm going to the temple tomorrow? Come do it. And then I'll have a huge stack in my purse, and I'll be walking down the hallway and say, who wants to go today? And a name will come to me, Nancy Bowers. And I look, do I have a Nancy Bowers? Nancy Bowers. And so through those blessings, through that treachery of going to the temple, and then after I've had this washing over of the Lord, who gave me all of his complete love, all of his peace, which is not of this world. I've spent so much time in dark courtrooms where the evil powers overpower those rooms. And I spent so much time in there that he washed all of that away from me. And then he sent me on the mission. So he told my husband and I to move to Hawaii. We were like, really want us to move to Hawaii? Like, I'm going to need a confirmation of this on my father. Like, you're going to have to tell me this again. So I had 6 confirmations in the temple that we should move to Hawaii. And the very last one was a lady who I went in, it was before I started doing my own names. And I went into the dressing room, and she said, oh, would you do a name for me? And I said, oh, sure, I love to do names. You know, I did. I grabbed her name, looked at the name, put it in my pocket. And I told my father, I was like, you've given me like 5 confirmations, but I really need to know, this is a big deal. I have to leave my baby and her baby's like, I'll go do whatever you want me to do, but I really